Guys, it's Friday. It's May 2nd. It's Freedom Friday. It's time to focus a little bit on agent attraction, growing our organizations, uh, getting a little outside of just transactions, right? We have special opportunity here at eXp. We want to leverage that. And today, Friday, 9 o'clock every week is when we get together and discuss that. I'm flying solo today. Unfortunately, Gil is on a train somewhere, so he's not going to be able to jump on. But we're going to get this going. We're going to talk about some updates at eXp. We're going to talk about some blessings, some things that you guys are accomplishing out there. And then we're going to get into production and go out there and get into activity. All right. So I want to hear from the group who's got some blessings. Who's moving the needle forward?
Hey, I'll share. Vincent, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Taking
Okay,
that
okay.
morning
So
walk, huh?
absolutely taking the morning walk, still getting those miles in. So that probably has been my number one blessing, by the way, because I needed to get up and move more. And so I'm super committed to that. And I've got a 5K coming up. So that's it for my personal goal.
And you got
On
to keep
the,
up with Josue.
yeah, like he just did 53 miles. Like,
He's back
yeah.
there.
Yeah, he's back there. But yeah, no, this week was honestly, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention, but our Canva account that eXp has given us, they also are sharing with us the static graphics that they create. So we have easy access. If you open up your account, you'll see on the top right the notifications. Like I used to ignore that before. I was like, who the heck's notifying me through Canva? When I looked at it, it's our company. They're sharing with us all the graphics that they create for any promotions and things that are going on so that we can easily be able to customize them and brand them, right? So I took the one for co-sponsorship, and I've been
Saw
just
that.
yesterday, since it was May 1st, it was happy co-sponsorship day. It's finally started, it's arrived, and it's a huge opportunity. So for those amazing agents that you know already in eXp and want to be able to collaborate with and be able to partner together, there's a beautiful opportunity to bring organizations together. So like you and I, Vincent, we can now get connected, right? So I've
Yes.
had some people definitely reach out to me because of that, because you really do have to put it in front of others, because not everyone, first of all, understands it. Not everyone knows it. Everyone is open to it. And so for those of us who are front and center, you're going to get phone calls. You're going to get people who want to do it. And you're going to wake up some other people who weren't even thinking about it. So I did get an opportunity. It's a huge opportunity. And we're in conversations right now. Can't say a whole lot about it until they actually come in, but it's happening, right? So the wheels are already turning on that. And it's going to bring in some agents from another brokerage. We're expecting around 100. So I'm
Wow.
super grateful for that. Super grateful for that, because the truth is, I was really just talking to the one person, and I had no idea how many other people they were planning on bringing in.
That is
So
so
that's,
important, right? So important to
yeah.
point out because you never know when that next person is going to explode your organization. Okay?
Mhm.
You don't know their motivation, what they're planning to do when they come into eXp, what they grab onto, how quickly they move. And Rebecca found this one person, and all of a sudden it led to 100. Amazing. You're muted.
And she's a grower. So it's not going to just stop at the 100. There's going to be more people that they're going to be attracting in, because they're planning on building, they love the model, and that's the plan. Let's grow together.
Right. So if any of you guys had recent or got ahead of the program, before the May 1st date and you sent an email to exceptions@exprealty.net, on May 1st, the sponsor got an email saying, hey, here are the steps that you need to take in order to enable this co-sponsorship, right? So I had somebody that was set up before May 1st. He reached out to me yesterday and he said, hey, I just received this email. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of it. I'm looking forward to working with you. Right? So we're getting these things set up. Fantastic. What other good news do you have?
You're still talking to me.
Yeah, hey, string them all
um,
together.
let me see who else I got in the pipeline. I know I've had a handful of conversations. This week started FastCap en español. And if you
Mm,
have taken FastCap either in English or in Spanish, leverage that to attract more agents. This is a big deal. And especially for our Spanish speakers, there is no other company that's offering any training. First of all, training in Spanish is very limited, and certainly not 6 weeks of training teaching them all the fundamentals that they need to be able to start their business and to kind of build a solid career. So I'll just tell you real quick, having actually done the kickoff class for FastCap um, was a little bit different because I'm not used to manning the PowerPoint myself. And although the PowerPoint presentation was fine, what I didn't expect was not to be able to see people's faces, not to be able to see the chat box. So I had no idea. It's like I'm teaching myself. I only hear myself.
mm.
I couldn't see the energy of the room. So this is super important to have your cameras on, guys, because when you're giving the class, you want to see the energy. Are they understanding? Are they receiving what you're saying? And in the chat box, of course, you see them engaging and you know if it's landing well with them, right? And I couldn't see any of that. So all I could do is just teach the class. And there was a part of me that, like, the imposter syndrome was setting in, thinking, oh my gosh, is this even relevant information that they care about? All those things start going through your head. And as soon as the class was done, I was then able to start seeing some of the comments, and it was so overwhelming because there was so many people just thanking for that opportunity to bring, thanking EXP, thanking Glenn Sanford, thank Rebecca. I'm the one that, by the way, opened up that conversation. But hey, listen, it's okay because we brought it. EXP allowed it. I'm super grateful to them. And they brought this training, and there was people saying, I've been with EXP 3 years. I was ready to throw in the towel because I don't understand. I can't get enough training. And so this is a godsend.
You know
And
what?
that
You know what
meant
is
the world
amazing
to
though, Rebecca? Like, so EXP created this fast cap program, and it works. It absolutely works. Because we have the numbers that back everything up, right? Now we've got the Spanish language version, but we at Global Alliance have had for how long
yeah,
training in Spanish,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it's already there, and you guys all have access to it.
yep.
It's
It's
in
in the
your
university.
global, yeah, it's in the university. And
Yeah,
if you're not tapping into that, somebody throw the link to the Global Alliance University into the chat so that everybody could bookmark it. And I show that when somebody comes in for a presentation, I'm doing a Zoom presentation. That's one of the things that I pull up.
yeah,
I'm like, hey, look, you
yeah,
could, track your points, how many courses you're taking. It gamifies the whole system. You could learn about negotiating. You can learn about sales. You can learn about listing presentations. Hey, what happens if you get a listing presentation and you don't know what to do next? Pull up this, seller info sheet and run through these questions, and it's all there, right? So when it comes to co-sponsoring, what you want to do is you want to show your value and allow people access to that. Okay. So if we're able to merge things together, hey, that's one of the things that the Global Alliance has done so that you could uh, add value to your group, right? Thank you, Eli. Eli just threw that in. Appreciate you for that. And Eli just shared something in the chat too on a team in Remax, uh, potentially interested in making that move forward, right? And that's because of the passion that they see from him, from all of you. Okay. And it's like Rebecca said, it's easier than ever to share the news at eXp. Okay. So that's what we want to talk about today. Any other blessings? Any other things that anything that's happening to you guys on the attraction side?
Well, I just got two new agents into my organization, two more. And so I'm very grateful. And this is my anniversary month. I've been with ESP 4 years and 4 times icon. So very, very blessed and thankful for this wonderful company and all of you. You're part of this
Beautiful.
family.
Two for your anniversary. Very nice. And the month just started,
Yeah.
right?
4 years, 4 years.
4 year anniversary. Amazing. Happy
Yeah.
anniversary. You've done, I've seen amazing things from you and, you coming to events, you putting programs together, you holding your own events. Like I've seen it all. Yispel. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Congrats. Who else has something? Oh, Ben, in regards to Global Alliance University, as long as you use your eXp email, uh, our admins are able to see whether you're part of the organization to give you access. All right. Any other wins, blessings?
Well, I just want to say real quickly, because I've heard other agents talk about it. I'm now part of the NAVRED event director in New York, South Queens, and that alone has gotten me two potential agents joining and a few events, venues offering me to do events. They're all networking parties. And then on top of that, agents that were talking to me saying that the narrator doesn't speak a lot of Spanish. So I was speaking to them about eXp, saying, look, you know what, if you didn't know, eXp offers classes in Spanish and again, talked about fast track. And it was so funny you just mentioned that. I'm like, wow. So that is an
Yeah.
advantage for me to represent to NAREB and any agents I'm inviting to our event about Spanish and education for Spanish people. And that has, I'm telling you, it has really catapulted a lot of positive vibes from this. So, yeah.
So you guys are tying everything together, right? Chris, you're tying things together. You're tying NIREP with the fast track, with the eXp University. It's all there. We're just putting it all together. All right. So eXp's they've been developing all the different pieces. Yesterday, I had two agents from Keller Williams come in and sit down, and I pulled out that Canva slideshow that they have. Have you guys seen that? Super easy to use, and everything in there is clickable. So if anybody wants to explore anything else, they could just jump in and go on a tangent and say, "Hey, that part interests me. Tell me more about Revenos. Tell me more about eXp Luxury Division." You just click on it and it pulls you right there, right? So when they were like, let me see if I could show it to you. Let me see if I have it up.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat. All right, let's see who put it in. Awesome. Very good. All right, so I'm going to share the screen. And this is what we're talking about. So what they asked was, hey, what does my $85 a month get me? Right? And I pulled this up and I'm, I was like, wow, this is pretty nice how it's set up. Right? And they were taking a look at this and they're like, hey, what's Sisu? I've heard of it. You guys get that? Yeah, we get it for free. Right? They were showing me their marketing flyers that they sent out. Right? I pulled up Canva and I was like, take a look at all the templates. how easy it is to take this and put your information in and boom, send it out. So all of these, you could get more information on. Okay. So take advantage of that. Use those. I lost that slideshow, so I don't know where it went, but it's there. Save it and use it. Get to know it. You could send out an individual page. You could send out the entire thing. And I've had people really dig into it and come back with a list of questions. And a lot of times those are higher level conversations. Right? So great, amazing blessings. It sounds like the entire group is moving forward and growing. And Rebecca, let's do it. Let's get that 100 agent team over. Okay. I want to talk today about just some updates that we have, right? So just some updates that we have since like the beginning of the year at eXp. So what we need to do is stay on top of things. And John Cheplak, he said it yesterday that, sometimes when you have a phone call with a prospect, that's like a withdrawal, okay? Because they have to give you their time, okay? So before you give them that withdrawal, make sure you put enough deposits in, okay? And your deposits could be anything. They could be your own social media posts, the stories that you put out, the emails. John Cheplak is really big on email marketing. He's like, all of those are deposits. You do enough of those, when you ask for the withdrawal, it's an easier conversation. They're more willing to say yes. So the question is, what can we deposit? And eXp makes it so easy because they're adding so many updates. And the problem is, if we don't get together and talk about it, we miss them, right? So what was brought up already? We talked about co-sponsoring, which is something that they presented and rolled out at the last Attraction Mastermind. And they gave us a little bit of a head start. And it just dropped yesterday. So that's big. You want to put that out there and you want to promote that. Take a look at Rebecca's post on that. That was taken right from Canva. And you guys could take that and create that for yourself. And go out there and find that opportunity where one can turn into 100. Okay? What other things did we already talk about? We talked about fast track in Spanish.
Hey, Vincent, I
Yeah.
wanted to also that the copy for the post, I used AI for that. I put a few things into AI that I wanted to say, but sometimes I don't know how to connect the thoughts together. So I just put the bullets of what I want to say and I let AI compose the actual post and I run with that because I don't want to spend too much time, racking my brain of how to eloquently say something. And so that's my cheat code. So that's a hack I think everyone
Yeah.
should be.
And it was perfect, right? It was perfect. And, so we should all be doing that for ourselves, for our own networks, right? So what else do we have that we could go out there and promote or get some discussions going around? Something that also happened yesterday. How about the Zillow ban and eXp's position on that? Seller's choice versus seller truth.
They have a lookbook now, I heard. They're going to have a lookbook in the office. That's what they've resorted to, going backwards.
That's like, how many of you guys heard of that yesterday?
Yeah.
So Compass's big response is, hey, we're not trying to keep our listings away from you realtors. You could come into my office and open up a physical book to look through listings. right? That's like the MLS books of the old.
They're going vintage. Wow.
Yes.
What the
But
So
hell?
that's
think
how
about
it
that. So
used to
if
be.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said that's how I heard our ancestor did it with the book in
Yeah,
the offices of
exactly.
the MLS. I know I wasn't around for that, but I heard.
Let's
Right,
bring the
right.
white pages and yellow pages back while we're at it.
Yeah, and after I do that, I'm gonna put the listing in the fax machine and get it over to my clients, right?
That's a good social media update. Bring the tagline. Bring the white pages and yellow pages back. Says
Yes.
Compass with a screenshot
Hello.
of that shit.
I know
FYI.
that's right, Desmond.
With a corded
Yeah.
telephone on the post, the picture.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
Facts.
there's
archaic.
they're selling it really well, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some
Somebody on
agents.
this call do that. Somebody on this call do that. I know you guys are socially inclined. Somebody do that.
Eli, jump in and tell us your thoughts.
No, I was gonna say that, they're twisting it, and some of the agents are actually, they're being sold on this. Like I had an argument on social media. If you know me, I love to argue in social media. So yes, I do. Very controversial, but they're selling it. That, oh, there's eight, and the thing is, they're using the example of the one-off seller who's going through a difficult divorce, where there's a protection order, or the athlete or the celebrity, and yeah, 1 out of 1 million people are gonna need that. But the reality is that this is hurting more than sellers. It's hurting it does hurt sellers, right? There's proof that sellers get more when there's more exposure, when there's more offers, when there's multiple offers. But it's hurting buyers, right? We already have buyers that are discriminated. We already have demographics that tend to be discriminated. And what you're doing is you're adding to that, right? Because now these people that don't know about Compass, that never heard of Compass, what about that know Zillow, right? And I'm not a fan of Zillow, by the way. I'm not defending Zillow in any way, shape, or form. But we have to understand that Zillow dominates the market, and Zillow is to portals what Remax is to brokerages, right? Everybody knows Remax. Everybody knows Zillow. Everybody knows Amazon and Walmart. And consumers know Zillow, and this is taking away. So I'm actually excited. I don't care if it lines the pocket of Zillow investors. I own some stock in Zillow, so amen to that. But the reality is it's helping consumers, right? I do think that exposure, it helps consumers. So be careful with the message, but do send out the message and attract the people that are right now in Compass. The next couple of weeks, there's people in Compass that are like, what am I going to do? Where do I fall in? So lead with value, lead with contribution. Be careful not to talk down to Compass, but do tug at the heart of the agents that do care about consumers, and do say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what our leadership is doing. And let people pick a side. Because right now, it sounds funny. There's a side to pick.
Yes. And we
Crazy,
were
right?
clear on that. And there's a lot of people that are just quiet and they're just watching what's going on, right? And like NAR, just sitting there and kind of watching what's going on. Oh, let's see what the MLSs do. With all the MLSs that are available out there, each one doing a different thing, it's going to be a mess. So we went out there and we made a stance and we said, hey, this is where we're going to be. We're going to do what's best for our client. Zillow said the same thing. What's best for the client is go out there and pass it out to everybody. And Compass and a couple others said, no, we're going to keep things private. Okay, we're going to split things up. That's going to bring us back decades. And they're still, they're not backing down. They're pushing forward. And, it's going to be a very interesting thing, but go out there and, like Eli did, pick a side, get in the conversation, right? We're not going out there and saying, hey, we need to attract everybody. We want to attract the people that have the same mindset that we do. There was a post that came out. Somebody did it, and it was anecdotal about how somebody did a private listing with Compass and ended up not accepting that offer and putting that property on the MLS and getting 100,000 more with a little bit of competition. So stories like that are going to come out. And where they're trying to say, hey, this is good for everyone, right? It's really just good for them. As a broker, I know when you guys went out there and double-ended a deal, did it in-house, it didn't have to go out in the public, guess what? I made double, right? I didn't hate that. And if we wanted to, we could spin it any way we want to the public. So just keep an eye out. understand what is marketing and understand what is good, right? Just stay on top, read all the things and, figure out what you want your message to be.
Hey, Vincent, and let's be real. Our
Yeah.
office has 4 boards in the hallway where all of our agents put their listings and post them. It's no different than a book. I mean, we can talk shit, but let's be real. We all have it. We already have it. It's just not in a book. We just post it on a wall. That it
We
helps
have
promote
it, but those are
marketing.
our office private listings, right?
Some are active, but it
Mhm.
leaves agents who aren't necessarily always looking and don't go search for and don't know everybody in the office. I have all my listings on this board, and you're like, oh shit, Ben's selling that. Hey, can I do an open house? Like, oh, I got a client that's interested in that. We already do it. So making a
Yeah.
book, there's marketing. It's just what? All of our hate is giving them attention.
Yeah, it is, but it's very interesting, their stance on that. I was very surprised that they were going to go the book route and come into our office, come visit our physical location. If you want to find a
Stick a
house for
recruiter
your
at the
buyer
door.
client.
Stick a
What's
recruiter
that?
at the door. Put a desk with a recruiter.
Exactly.
I need you to sign in. Give me your name, email, phone number.
Exactly. I want to see how that plays out. So guys, go out there, visit, go take a picture of this book. I'd
Yeah,
love to
I
see
think I
it.
need to pull up and do that.
Right. Um, what about on the global front, guys? What's been happening? Who's on top of what's happening globally? They've made big noise on it. I'm just talking about our expansion, guys.
Turkey?
Yes. Where else?
Peru.
Peru was the most recent one. And which one was the first one this year?
India.
No,
No?
India was a couple of years ago. It was Egypt.
Darn.
Egypt, Turkey, and Peru. We're now opening. And that's fantastic and that's great news. And you never know who's connected to those countries. Who was it? Was it Yispel that had the opportunity in Peru?
Yeah, I'm actually putting together a seminar over there with 100 people. I'm coming to Peru. I have 2 agents already in Peru. They're powerhouse. They move a lot of people there. So I'm flying this summer over there.
Beautiful. So tell us how you put together that event. Was it those two
Um,
people that put it together or what?
So we're working on it and we're looking to do it in August, like in the middle of August. And so I've been talking with these people for over a year now. And so they joined ESP when the ESP Peru opened over there, right? And so one of them has 25 people and the other one is a teacher. So she teach real estate over there and she teach thousands of people in Peru. And so she has a lot of reach over there. So she's a powerhouse. She's been teaching for over 20 years. And I offer her to pay the first month of ESP Peru. So I provide an awesome, irresistible offer to join ESP Peru for all that she has to bring on the table. And now we're putting together an event. And I'm telling them, hey, I'm gonna make your organization grow. We're gonna bring all those people under you, this and that. And so they already find a place and we're working on it. And I will say like next month, June is when we're gonna like finish
Give
that
us
up. Yeah,
give us some details. I heard it's a nice
I
place to
will.
be.
Yes, everyone is invited. Hey, if you guys want to come.
So doesn't that open up some doors? Like think about it. Are there schools in every single one of the countries that we're open in? Are there
Oh,
people that
yes.
teach realtors how to go out there and be successful, to produce, to get licensed in places that require licenses? Right? And if you are able to attach to one of those and partner with one of those organizations or people, can they help you grow in that country? right? Very interesting. I didn't even think of that. Isabel, thank you. Rebecca mentioned Canva. Guys, the fact that we have Canva Pro, people need to know that, okay? And not only that, Canva had their big conference and they had all of the new features that are coming out, okay? And it was funny. It was like the day before I learned about one of the product launches at the Canva conference. One of our partners here asked me, hey, is there a social media tool that I could use to post on all these different sites, right? So I don't have to individually post. And I'm like, yeah, there is one. You know, and the one I knew about, I think it was called like later.com. I don't know if you guys have used it, but it's something that you have to pay for. Okay? And there's like HubSpot, something that you have to pay for. Well, Canva came out with that tool, and because we're a part of Canva Pro, we get it for free. Right? And that's one of the things that eXp pays for us. What else can we go out there and contribute, deposit to the people that we're talking to? How about the 2 masterminds, the 2 coaching calls that we all get every month? What am I talking about?
Hey, you're talking about the solo team or solo mastery and solo agent mastery, and also the team mastery. And both are amazing coaching classes that our company is providing to us. And if you're not tapping into it, you're missing out. You're missing out because they're talking about subjects that are not typically taught in regular, masterminds that you go into. The last one that I was listening to on the team mastery one was how to hire and fire to the team. These are topics that are important for the survivability of your team, and so they're picking different topics and different issues that come up to help you build a better, stronger team. But even for the solo agent now, topics that pertain mostly to building a solo business, and they're amazing. And we can leverage that to attract agents as well. So we should be taking advantage, and we should attract other agents from these trainings that we have.
Yes, huge, right? And that's the cool thing. There's a lot of training out there at brokerages. A lot of them aim towards the brand new agent, right? A lot of them, hey, let me show you how to get started, fast cap, all that stuff. Maybe geared towards the newer agent. Well, what we have is these coaching sessions, one for solo agents that produce minimum of 4 million. Once you have that production level, you'll get that invite from eXp and you'll be able to jump on. So now there's a reason for you to push to that. We actually shared the recording for Jared James, one of Jared James' trainings. Anybody ever save that one? I don't have it on my computer right now, but I have it saved somewhere. It was amazing. All right. So if we could find it, somebody share it over here. They don't usually record it. So go out there and produce and get into that room. But you want to because you have that recording, send it out. You know a $4 million producer? Where are you getting your coaching from? Right? Hey, I've got a recording. I'm probably not supposed to share it with you, but I'll share it with you anyway. Right? Let them see what they could potentially get access to. The team one with John Chet Black, same thing. Right? They pay him, I don't know what his fee is for coaching, $2,000 a month, I think. You mentioned it a few times.
For 20 minutes.
20 minutes a week, my gosh. And he gave us an hour yesterday, right? So share that with them. And guys, we're part of the Global Alliance. What did Jay Kinder put together in the beginning of the year?
Honey
Gino
Badger
mentioned it.
Nation, funnel pilot.
Yes, that is, accelerate coaching. All right. Funnel pilot. And a lot of you guys get that because you're tied to somebody, you're in somebody's front line that is paying for that from Jay. Okay. You guys get access to it. So find out if you get access to it. It's free coaching. It is a program that will help you set up funnels to get leads. And it gives you the opportunity to offer that to the people that you attract as well. Incredible. Success Plus that Gino mentioned in the chat is huge. Huge. Like just Amy Somerville putting that out. Like you have to look into it. Success Magazine, they have that brand is growing, but they've also added a subscription-based service called Success Plus that we as eXp agents get it for free. Now Site is an AI platform, Ben, if I'm correct, that we get from Jay Kinder's Accelerate Coaching. Is that right? Yeah, it's like HeyGen. So I actually paid for HeyGen.
Yeah, the gifted accounts don't get access to that, but it's on. They give you a discounted like $27 a month if you're a gifted account.
Okay.
And it gives you like a HeyGen, like all kind of AI video marketing. I mean, it makes a person an AI version of you and creates video marketing, everything for you.
Super
So even
cool.
even if you're not a paying member, you're just a gifted account, you can still get a huge discount. It's like $100 cheaper than buying it.
Amazing. They give you the
your
funnel
platform.
pilot program. What is it called? Go High Level,
Go high level.
right?
Accelerate
So
program with Go High Level.
You get your own Go High Level account. You could actually use it to create things that you offer out there, your own CRM to your group, whatever you want. Right? So all of these things that we get, I just want you guys to all know about so that you could share it with your partners, your current partners and your future partners. Sisu is something we need to share with people because there's teams that are paying for it. There's individual agents that are paying for it and they get it here for free. So that's a cost savings for them for doing business. What Leo wants to do is put $10,000 to $20,000 of value into that $85 a month so that it is an absolute no-brainer. Because believe it or not, we have people that say $85 is too much, right? And if we're able to show them that $85 gives you access to Revenos, which gave out 40,000 leads last year, and we closed 1.5 billion in deals last year, and it's included in your $85 a month. We get the fast track, we get the Sisu, we get this, we get that, all of that stuff. Then it'll be a no-brainer for them, right? That's it. Zoom user. Absence of value, money's always the question. Right? So we've got a last couple minutes. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody want to declare a goal that they're going to achieve between now and next week?
I have a quick question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, no, maybe first.
Yeah, no, I was asking, how do I access the team's mastermind that you mentioned about?
So the team mastermind is the access should be in your email. Okay. And as long as they have a base level for both of those. Okay, they want to make it a little bit what is it? What is it called? I don't know, like FOMO
For
for the people that
the yeah, for the team mastery, it was invite only to those who currently have a team. And Giselle, I believe you're already in there because I had personally requested for all of my teams and organization to be included in there. And you probably have a calendar invite somewhere. And I'll make sure that you have it front and center so you can tap into that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
both of those are once a month. They're both on Thursdays. One's like the first Thursday, one's like the third Thursday, something like that. So just keep an eye out. And I think we get the invite directly from Leo. All right. So make sure you get that and find that find the recording of the Jared James one for the solo agents. Watch that yourself, implement some. I've implemented some of the things that are on that chat, on that Zoom. Okay. And then share it with your 4 million plus producers in your market and say, hey, I just want, I got a recording of one of the special coaching sessions that are available. If you were with eXp, you'd get access to this because you qualify. But I just want to see, I wanted to show you the quality of the training that we have access to.
Yeah, I wanted to say, and another thing, I met with two agents from eXp and like one from another company at our Regis office. And it is amazing. It's in Lakeville, Long Island, very close to me from Mineola. They have free valet and they were offering free coffee because they're doing some construction to accommodate. So it really goes high areas. Is valet here? He goes, yeah, and it's complimentary. So it really, and then and we did some content creating because people who say that there is no offices, we have office and we have free valet. So it's really something that's really going to be a wow factor when people see our posts about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I mean a lot of agents, they live in Long Island, but their office is either in Queens and they have to commute all the way to Queens to meet a client. And like, no, we have about 15 in Long Island. You don't have to go there. So that's something that definitely is a myth that they say about
Awesome.
eXp.
Ben says the one in Orlando is amazing. I remember when I went to Wisconsin, Gino got us into the one, one of the co-working spaces over there, and we had our own little private mastermind on the roof. That was awesome. Can't forget that. Right? They had bikes that you could rent, that bikes that you could take for free as well. I mean, all of this crazy stuff. So anytime you have an opportunity to go out there, create a little content around that. Let people know we got to be loud and proud. There's things coming down that we need to share. Okay. There are teams that are coming over that we need to let people know about. Right. I think Leo said yesterday that there's a team that's coming. I forgot where they're from, probably Texas. #1 Keller Williams team in their county or in their city. Okay. And they're making a move over. Somewhere around 50 agents. And there was another one, if you guys have your alerts set up, your Google alerts, if you have that set up, you would have saw another one for in today's list of another team that just moved over with like 67 agents. Okay, and anytime those things happen, we want to put it out. There's another attraction mastermind and team mastermind that's happening in May. And Leo's plan is he's going to be rolling out some surprises every time these things come around. And he already put something out there and he was like, we're going to put something out there that is going to make it so attractive for teams to come into eXp. All right. And he'll be announcing it then. So just keep it, now's the time to enter into conversation so you have a list of those people to talk to when that announcement comes out. Make sense? All right. If Gil was here, he'd be shaking his head at me because he'd want to end this at after only 45 minutes because he wants you to use those 15 minutes to get into activity. So we're gonna go honor him and use the 10 minutes we have left in the hour to go out there, curate all the stuff that we need to curate, fix our list up, or call 1, 2, 3 people. All right, guys, it's Freedom Friday. We're here every Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And we hope to see you every week.